and put that shit. After about the first time, I've been like, I'm healed, son of a bitch. I can walk straight, and I'm hallelujah.
This one I found really. They do a lot of experiments on anybody in jails or insane asylums because they're not gonna listen to anybody that has to do with anything. So one of them, well, this was actually in the Army as well. They wanted to do a study where they hardened people's faces so they wouldn't respond to any chemical warfare or anything. So they tried it out so many different times on inmates, and the only outcome was actually permanent scarring. And their skin would blister and burn. Nothing really came of it, but the guy actually invented Retin A, a drug of choice against acne. That's actually what he became rich after.
Really?
Yep.
Damn, acne.
One thing was, you'll see, like, a lot of people say if you see skulls with holes in their head, it's just wear. Sometimes they call it trepanation,
Really?
where they would actually take the skull and drill a hole in it, sometimes while they're actually still awake. And they thought that the demons or bad stuff would actually come out of their head.
Really?
And they would be fine afterwards, supposedly, but that's not really what happened.
Did you get that story? That's about like that man who literally he started just making, like, cutting pieces out. This doctor thought that mental illness had to be of, body parts. So he just started taking them off. And he didn't just stop with himself. I got to tell you, first he'd take out your teeth. Then maybe he'd take out a colon or a kidney or something. And he thought, he really thought he was doing it. So he just started chopping up people's bodies. I mean, you might come in with 2 good kidneys, walk out with a third of one, and I don't know, maybe half a liver or something. And he did it to his kids and everything. Back then, they were just like, come on in here, let's cut something out and see if that works for you.
Yep.
Then we're going to throw some water on it.
Yep. Insulin coma therapy, that was actually if you had any problems, then he accidentally did it, supposedly, and then he accidentally did it too. So he actually juiced them up, like with diabetics where they have insulin, but he would juice them up so much it would put them in a coma. And it would actually starve the brain of food and sends the patient into a coma, like I was saying, and then they woke up and supposedly they wouldn't have any problems they had before.
Because they can't remember that shit, they were in a coma.
Like schizophrenia and everything.
I'm telling you, I would, if they done put my crazy ass through some shit, I've been like, hallelujah, the Lord is come down and he has saved me. Stop the water and the cutting. I got to go. I'm serious. I would have got my shit together.
Okay, now here's actually something they have at the St. Albans event that, well, they don't do it to you when you pay the $15 or at the end of $25. They don't give it to you, but they used to use that there. I do believe it's the hydrotherapy. A lot of people think that you're like a Hollywood star and you're like in a sauna and everything, but actually, what it was hyperactive patients got the warm, tiring baths. That was the ideal of it. And while lethargic, or whatever, patients received stimulating sprays. Some doctors, however, got a bit too zealous about the idea of prescribing therapies that sounded more like punishment than help. One treatment involved mummifying the patient in towels soaked in ice water. Another required the patient to remain continuously submerged in a bath for hours or even days, which might not seem so bad except they were strapped in and only allowed to use the restroom. Allowed out to use the restroom.
Hold on. If you were in a bath and you didn't tell them, you just pee in the water? I mean, pee in the pool?
Well, you'd probably want to get out then.
That is true, but then wouldn't it, if it was so cold, you get warm and cold, and then I just let myself pee. I pee on myself. They probably think that was another reason I was damn crazy. Look, I'm with Ashley. She's like, we can masturbate all up to the day of my 30th birthday. Don't put me in the bath, you crazy bastards, if I've been there for masturbation. That's all I got to say.
Another one was they would actually take the jets and jack them up.
I know about that. Go on, preach it.
Another one was they found someone that was strapped to the wall in a crucifixion position, and then they blasted them with water from a water hose, like a fire hose.
Lord have mercy. That'll clean you real good. I gotta get your orifices.
Yeah. Mesmerization is actually, that's what, it was the guy's name, and they actually go into mesmerization or whatever. He really believed in magnets, and he would put magnets all over people, which they do still sell magnets for pressure points still now.
They do. They put them on them damn, yeah. Oh, well, I don't know if that's magnets, but something about some of them pressure points are for seasickness too. I bet they had to take a lot of them sickies and crazies to figure out about that seasickness.
Yeah, malaria therapy that was instead, this is malaria as therapy. It was a treatment for syphilis, because if they got syphilis, they would jack them up with malaria.
$60-some. Yeah.
Another one was actually phrenology. That's where they would they would see their head and tell them what problems they had if parts of their heads were bigger than the other.
Really?
Yeah, like
Man,
their
you
neck.
want me to? Hold on. I'm gonna do yours real quick. Hold on, Ashley. Well, I see you have a large cranial rectum, and then a large goosey neck, that's kind of sweaty.
Yeah.
You been working or you lazy? What are we gonna put you in for?
Oh.
The cranial. I don't believe there's anything housed in there. I think we're fine. We just need a sterilizer. That's my doctor's opinion.
That's always a good one, yeah.
Yes, that's what I believe. Well, what about hold on, there was another one that I read about. Did you read about the guy who, this lady had an ulcer in her head? And when she had an ulcer, she had came to him, but he also wanted to do experiments. So he thought it was I think it was that he thought that, they could do electroshock therapy where they put the little pads on each side of your head and stuff like that, or wherever. Well, this chick, she had an ulcer. So what he did was he just stuck that damn probe in there and just sizzled her ass, like straight to the brain. She didn't even know what was going on. Eventually, though, how many times he do it? He did 8 times in 4 days. Eventually, he done fried that bitch, and she literally died. I mean, he just kept on zapping her in her damn brain. I mean, I would have been like, seriously, could you imagine that? Like, sitting there thinking he's going to look at your brain. He just zip. I'd be like, motherfucker, where did that come from? I'd be like, where'd that come from? He'd be like, oh, nothing. Zit. It's like one of them hand buzzers. He just had her, man. He was getting at her. I tell you. I don't know. I don't want that doctor. And I don't want him to look at my brain. He just, without permission, he just zapped her.
No, I think she was okay with it for a while afterwards.
Because she couldn't even, he done zapped her till she died, Ashley. How is she okay with that?
There was another incident where they would take testicle transplants. They thought that certain people who committed crimes had low levels of testosterone. So they would shoot them up with testicles, and they started, not shoot them up, but it was like surgically transplanting the testicles of newly executed criminals. They didn't really have a whole lot of executed criminals. So what they had to go with is actually, instead of human, they started going to animals. And
I'd like to put in... I would put in a recommendation for what animal I want. I'd like to have the testosterone of a gazelle.
A gazelle?
Yeah, I want to run through this fucker so fast.
Yeah.
I want to just jump around like it ain't even nothing. I want to dodge everything I can in this place. What about you? What would
a lot of people say that a lion.
I see what you're saying. What would you get, though?
I guess a rabbit.
Oh, my God. Wait a minute. You would have like the Pepe Le Pew balls.
No.
Yes, you would.
No.
You'd be so stinky, nobody'd be wanting around you.
No, I would get the rabbit. Quick, fast, and get in and get out.
Well, other than that, Ashley, do you have any other lovely experiments to share with these wonderful people?
I think that's about covered all of them. Just pretty much don't trust anybody if they're trying to test something on you.
Yeah, and I mean, after that story of St. Albans, how quickly that they could take people and put them in these places. I'm serious, like after 4 or 5 years, they just released them. Just was like, here, you can go now. I mean, that's the worst hitchhike story I have ever heard in my life. And just put them in there. What my thing is if you aren't crazy, wouldn't you go crazy? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or you would just be so messed up about the world that it would just, you couldn't function correctly because you couldn't trust anyone.
I wouldn't trust no damn body. I mean, it seems like, when I watched that Asylum, the Horror Story Asylum, and a lot of those were rooted in, I think, some cases and stuff. And the one guy that was actually a Nazi gentleman, or that used to do experiments on people and stuff. they based his character after that. I'm telling you, man, that is crazy. But that stuff happened. There would be people that would be put in there, and they were so overcrowded and stuff like that they would just be all mashed together. Like, if I'm sitting there and I'm in there because I'm just a lazy person and maybe didn't pay my bills, and you're sitting beside me drooling, whacking it, man, I know I would be screwed. Yep. I would.
How would you even compete with that?
I ain't competing with nothing. I'm going to keep my morals and my stuff to myself. I'm going to be over in that corner. I guess they find me dead over there because that's where I be in that damn corner.
That's what probably happened.
Hell yeah. They tried to stay away from every damn body. Oh, Lord. I don't know if I could. I'm telling you, man. I would want the hell out. I would break out and stuff. One day, they just find me in a nurse's outfit giving out pills. That's how I get out. I'd act like I work there. But actually, in all this, we need to go check out that damn tree.
The tree.
We did the tree. Ashley even said she hadn't heard of the tree. And I think she's from up that way.
It don't talk that much.
It don't. She went back.
If she ain't heard about it, it ain't told her.
I know. Apparently, it ain't that talkative lately. Maybe you should try to cut it down. I bet that son of a bitch starts hopping and talking then. Man. But anyway, guys, we just want to tell you once again that you're more than welcome to come out to see us on Friday. What was your favorite part of the show, Ashley?
Probably just remembering the stuff about St. Albans that we went through with that, and that we got evidence, because not a lot of places we go and get evidence all the time. Like, we've been there and we investigated, but like I said, not everywhere you're going to get, we went to Waverly Hills and we didn't come back with anything. In St. Albans, we did.
But you know what? We always discredit Waverly Hills, but I did have that. I mean, I could tell you that happened. You know, there's a lot of shadow play, but nothing physical, guys. We didn't come away with anything physical. So to go to a sanatorium and actually get that. Also, there's another cool story that I'm going to share on Friday if you show up about the place. It has to do with the Ovilus, which we've talked about this before in the past, that we don't know if we're 100% on the Ovilus, but it's a cool-ass story, guys, that we were going to share with you. So come on out on Friday. If you can't make it, that's quite all right. We will give you updates, and you will hear everybody's accounts. Hopefully next week, if not the week after that, because we are going to try to get everybody's accounts. You get to be a star for the evening. Come on over and talk and stuff. Tell us what happened to you out there and stuff. Or if you've been there, drop us an email on Facebook or something like that, a message. Let us know, people. Just come on and tell us all about it and stuff. We're also on Twitter. We tweeting now, Ashley.
No, not to mention that actually, even if you're there or you're not there, we're going to be interviewing the people that run the place.
Right.
So you'll get all the kind of information you can about that, and you'll get to hear about that. So tune in. That one is a special series.
Yes, it is.
Live on Friday night.
No, actually, it's going to be probably from like 5 to 6 or roughly from 5 to 5:45. We are going to interview the administrators and the gentleman who knows a lot of history about there. He runs security and stuff.
So that one's always good. And then also, the following week we'll be plugging what happened there. So keep tuned like that, like a Telemundo type thing.
Yes.
Soap opera.
It's going to change your damn life. You better keep your ear to this. Listen, don't get separated from us. Keep with us. We got to stay in pairs. So you other two listeners, you pair up with me and Ashley and don't separate. Keep your asses right here. Try to listen to every damn thing we got to say to you. And I like this episode just due to the fact of, my favorite part of the show would have to be, tell me something good, damn Johnny Depp. He is wonderful. I do got to tell you a bad, boo story, though. You want to know what it is?
What is it?
It's in all over the place, and it's not paranormal. Well, it could be paranormal if he put a damn ghost in what he was watching. But, you know that Jared fella that sells them subs?
He must have not liked them footlongs too good.
Oh, he liked footlongs. He just liked children's footlongs.
That's what I was saying.
Get what
I was saying they didn't have one. Yeah.
I'm telling you, they raided his house. They had like a damn bus they pulled up to pull shit out of his house. Let's just say that Subway said that they parted their ways mutually. Bullshit. That man still wanted to eat his damn free subs.
I wonder if he still gets subs.
Oh, hell no.
Free.
I bet they throw them damn subs at him now.
Yeah.
He walks in, they just hit him with one upside the head. He might like that, though.
He has to be in jail.
He's not in jail yet. Apparently, the guy he was associated with also, he did go to jail or something like that, from what I see.
He lost all that weight. Now he can see it. He has to do stuff with it.
He's like, oh my gosh.
Out, yeah.
Hey, listen, you're going to the sane asylum. You keep on, Jared. I'm just telling you, buddy. It can happen to you. All right, Ashley. First of all, we want to say thank you for listening to tonight, guys. It was a great, great show. We got to tell you about some of the crazy sanitary